first graders. Today we're going to practice counting money. This is really important because even today and as you get older, you need to know how much money you have when you're paying for things like food or toys, or how much money someone's giving back to you. So something that I want you to remember when you're counting money is that it's going to be really helpful to remember things that we've practiced in school, like counting by fives and tens and even twos. So if you think about that today, and as you do your math work, that'll be very helpful for you. So let's get started. So Chris and Lena have some coins with them. Chris has 4 dimes, and Lena has a quarter and 2 nickels. We need to figure out how much money each child has. This is a good place to pause the video and see if you can count on your own and see how much money they have. I'll remind you that a dime is worth 10 cents. A nickel is worth 5 cents. You can see that on the coin. And a quarter is worth 25 cents. So try that now to see if you can count and see how much money Chris has and how much money Lena has. Well, how did you do? Let's check it. So Chris has 4 dimes here. And again, each dime is worth 10 cents. So I noticed that Chris is counting his money in his head, and he's counting by tens. So he just counts 10, 20, 30, 40. Chris has 40 cents. Did you get that? I hope so. Now let's look at Lena's coins. Lena's counting would look a little bit different because she has a quarter, which is worth 25 cents, and then her 2 nickels, which are each worth 5 cents. So she's not going to count by tens. She's going to start at 25 and count on by 5. So we'll count 25, 30, 35. Lena has 35 cents. Good work. Maybe you're thinking, Chris has 4 coins and Lena has 3 coins. So that just means that Chris has more money than Lena. Well, not quite, because Chris has 4 coins and Lena has 3, but one of Lena's coins is worth more than any of Chris's coins. Her quarter is worth 25 cents, and Chris's dimes are all worth 10 cents. So it's not about how many coins there are, but how much each coin is worth. Think, for example, if Lena had 2 coins that were 2 quarters. Each quarter would be worth 25 cents, meaning that Lena would have had 50 cents total, which would have been more than Chris's 40 cents. So she would have had 2 coins and Chris would have had 4, but Lena still would have had more money. So remember the worth of the coin, not how many coins there are. Good work, first graders. Chris and Lena are trying to show 70 cents. Who is correct? This would be a good time to pause the video again to see if you can count on your own Chris's money and Lena's money to see who has 70 cents. I noticed that Chris has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dimes. So that means I'm going to count by 10, because the dime is worth 10 cents, 6 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Well, that's only 60 cents. So Chris does not have 70 cents. He is not correct. Okay, Lena, let's see what you've got. I see 2 quarters. I know that each quarter is worth 25 cents. And I might just already know that 2 quarters equals 50 cents. So 25 plus 25 equals 50. So I'm going to count Lena's 50, and I'm going to count on by 10, 60, 70. Well, it looks like Lena does have 70 cents. So Lena is correct. Here are some little reminders for you about counting quarters. This will help you count quarters quickly if you don't already know this. 1 quarter is equal to 25 cents. 2 quarters makes 50 cents because 25 plus 25 equals 50. 3 quarters equals 75 cents. So if you count 25 3 times, that's what you get. 4 quarters makes a whole dollar. And you might be wondering what these little symbols are. So this is what I use when I write cents. Looks like a C with a line through the middle. And this is a dollar sign. You've probably seen that before. So this will help you to count quarters quickly. Okay, let's practice counting a little bit more. So we want to figure out how much money is shown on each of these rows. Let's look at A. I see 6 nickels on that row. And I know that a nickel equals, yes, 5 cents. So I'm going to count by 5 6 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So when I count by 5 6 times, I get 30. So A shows 30 cents. Let's try B. Oh, I see 3 quarters. And I just saw from Miss Griffin's little reminders that 3 quarters equals 75 cents. And if I didn't remember that, I could still count by 25, and you're going to count that 3 times. So 25, 50, and then 50 plus 25 makes 75. So 75 cents to start, and then I've got 1 nickel. 75 plus 5 makes 80. So row B shows me 80 cents. I hope that this is getting a little bit easier for you as you practice counting. Okay, down here at 2, it says show the amount of money. Well, you can pause here, and I would like you to go and get some coins and see if you can show 25 cents and then 74 cents. And if you don't have coins in your house, that's okay. You can also write down the coins you would use. Okay, I'm going to go and get some coins, and I'm going to come back and show you what I've got. You'll notice that my money looks a little different now. I'm using fake money. Looks a little different than the real money I used earlier. And I am going to show you some ways that I came up with for showing 25 cents. And hopefully you did something similar. So the easiest way to show 25 cents would be to just use 1 quarter, right? 1 quarter equals 25 cents. Another way is to use 5 nickels. Because if I count by 5s 5 times, I get 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cents. And a third way that I came up with to show 25 cents is to use 2 dimes and 5 pennies. Because 5 pennies would be the same as 1 nickel. Remember, 1 penny equals 1 cent. So 5 of those would be the same as a nickel. So I'd start by counting by tens. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 cents. And boys and girls, it's very important that you use the word cents when you're talking about your coins or change so that we know exactly what you mean. Just like if you're using dollars, you would say dollars. Okay, what did we come up with for 74 cents? Maybe you were thinking, oh, I'll just use 3 quarters. But that wouldn't be enough, right? That would be 75 cents, and we need 74. So it would actually be too much. Well, one way that I came up with showing 74 cents is to use 2 quarters, because remember, 2 quarters equals 50 cents. And then I've got 4 nickels here. If I count by 5s 4 times, do you know what that gives me? It gives me 20. And I still need 4 cents at the end, so that's why I've got 4 pennies here. I kind of thought about it like tens and ones. I know I needed 7 tens for 70, and I needed 4 ones to make 74. So that can help you think about, okay, I know I'm going to need some pennies here. So anyway, we've got 25 and 25, so that's 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74 cents. Perfect. What else could I do? Oh, I could use 7 dimes. That's like my tens again, 7 tens. And then 4 pennies. So that's another way to show 74 cents. I'm so curious to know what you came up with. Before we go today, I just wanted to show you one more thing, which is our dollar bills that we use. So we have a $1 bill, $5, $10, $20, and $50. You've probably seen these before. Maybe your parents have some. Maybe you've seen them at a store or at a restaurant. And the bank is a good place to go to get money. Just like on our coins, I mentioned that the pictures that you saw are pictures of former presidents. So it's the same thing on our dollar bills. All of these people you see were former presidents, except for this one. The $10 bill shows Alexander Hamilton, and he wasn't a president, but he's what we call one of our founding fathers. It was very important when it came to thinking about our banks and how we take care of our money in the United States. I can use some of my smaller bills to make bigger ones, just like I might use 5 pennies to equal a nickel, 5 cents, or 2 dimes and a nickel to make 25 cents. Well, if I had $5 bills, that would be the same as $5. I could use 2 5s to make $10, or I could even use 2 10s to make $20. Now that you've learned so much about how to count money and you've had some good practice, I would love for you to help me count some money here. This is a good place to pause the video and see if you can count on your own and then come back and check. So I have $1 bill, 2 dimes, and 2 pennies. That would be $1.22. Let's try this one. Okay, this is where it's going to be very helpful to do some of that mental math that we do in the classroom or like on reflex math, where you can count on in your head or add together in your head. So I have a 5 and 3 ones here. I also have 2 quarters, which makes 50 cents. So what would that be? That would be $8.50. Very good. Okay, let's try one more. I see a 10, 2 ones, and I see 3 nickels and a penny. Can you count all that? $12.16. Great work, first graders. Well, I hope that you can do some more practice like this at home. Maybe if your parents can give you some coins or dollars just like I have here to practice counting money. I am so impressed with the hard work you've been doing lately and the skills that you've been learning. You are now able to tell time and count money. That is great. So keep up the great work.